Violent act: man shot dead in front of son in targeted attack outside gym. A 6-month lull in gangland-style shootings across Sydney's southwest has been shattered by the callous murder of a gym-goer as he sat beside his 12-year-old son in a car early on Thursday morning, raising fears of a fresh wave of retaliatory attacks. Tar Sabag, 40, had pulled up outside the Elite Fight Force martial arts gym in an industrial area of Sefton about 6:30 am, planning to train inside with his son, but he never made it out of his car. At least one gunman appeared and opened fire, shooting him multiple times. Sabag was treated by paramedics who rushed to the scene when witnesses called 000, but he couldn't be saved. His son was uninjured, but had been traumatized by witnessing his father's violent death. Detective Superintendent Danny Doherty told reporters on Thursday afternoon. Doherty, the commander of State Crime Command's Homicide Squad, said it was a sickening feeling to learn of the execution-style shooting, which he described as an egregious, violent act by at least 2 callous and brazen killers. The people that perpetrated this murder, they have no or little regard for human life, knowing there's a 12-year-old boy in the car and still carrying out an execution in front of him, Doherty said. Although Sabag was not well known to police, Doherty said the shooting was a targeted attack that bears all the hallmarks of an organized crime-related murder, including a link to a Mazda 3 that was set alight just after 7 am in the nearby suburb of Burong, which is suspected to have played a role. Asked whether the shooting could trigger a fresh wave of violence, Doherty said it is currently being treated as an isolated incident, and there was no evidence at this stage to suggest a link with conflicts that have plagued the streets of Sydney in recent years. Police have worked really hard in that area with the assistance of the community, Doherty said, and the number of shootings and murders actually have come down quite dramatically. He said police were keeping an open mind regarding potential motives, including the possibility that Sabag was targeted mistakenly. But the victim was known to frequent the gym and had associates with connections to the gym as well, which Doherty said led police to consider it a targeted attack. The shooting provoked a heated reaction from members of the community, with dozens descending on the crime scene on Carlingford Road shortly after 9 am. Members of the media were confronted for a few tense minutes before police intervened and dispersed the crowd. Sobbing family members were seen being led away. Doherty said police are throwing resources at the murder investigation, which is being led by Homicide Squad under Strike Force PEMAC, and desperately seeking anyone who may have dash cam footage, CCTV, or other information about the victim or that may help identify his killer. Carlingford Street remained taped off across a number of sections throughout the day as forensic investigators combed the scene and investigators canvassed nearby businesses for information and CCTV. A witness, David, told Ben 4am Live on 2GB that he was in the back of his workshop, across the road from the gym, when he heard a series of bangs just before 7 am. Within minutes there was a load of ambulances, police everywhere, and then we saw a man on the ground, not in a good way. It was frightening.